Hey, what's up, y'all? It's poppin'. It's D about to react to this vid by Playback. It's titled Black Women Are Cooking Tyler Perry for This. And in the thumbnail, it says settle for less. Oop. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's watch.
Listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will, in our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man, and is good to you, and honors the house, and honors his wife, and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you can have the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, you lost me. You fucking lost me, my dude. I was with you at first because I've even said this before. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman making more than her man, especially when the woman makes a ridiculous amount of money. It's like, okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But you just gave the wild example that a woman should be okay with essentially taking care of her man. Because if he's only able to pay the light bill and she's paying the fucking mortgage, all of the other bills, the food, she's taking care of this grown-ass man. So she should be fine with that because he loves her and he's a good man. That's a wild take, but I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in because it means, no, I need somebody to, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have the. Don't keep your list, baby. Yeah. God bless you. Hope it happens.
All right, that's such an extreme example. Like those are two very extreme sides of the spectrum. On one end, you're giving the example of a guy who's so fucking broke that he can only pay the light bill. First off, is he fucking unemployed? Because you know how much a light bill is? That's cheap as hell. So that's all he can afford. So is he getting his money from fucking dice games? I don't know. But sure, you giving that extreme example. And then on the other end, you like, oh, well, you want a man who gonna make 5 times as much as you. Good luck. That's extreme as well, and also unrealistic. What the fuck are you talking about? A woman can't want something in the middle? Like, what?
Don't keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, baby, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Before they even start talking, I'm glad the quality is good. Before they even start talking, first off, do you know couples where the guy is with a woman who is busted as fuck, but she's a good woman and she's taking care of him, so they happy? Do you ever see that? I think it's so interesting when, people are constantly telling women that they should settle and that they should step away from their shallow desires. Because let's be clear, in society, a lot of women date for money, just like a lot of men date for looks. They date for youth, beauty, all that. Okay? That's just how it is. Those are the shallow desires that are set up in our society. So I usually see people telling women to step away from their shallow desires and, oh, you shouldn't be such a gold digger. Who cares if he doesn't make a lot of money? As long as he loves you, that's all that should matter, right? I don't ever hear the fucking reverse where people are telling men, hey, so what, this bitch is a 2. So what, she obese, she 400 pounds, that should be fine. She love you, bro, so suck it up. She a good woman. She suck your dick on a regular basis. She giving you sex, she cooking every night. What's the problem? Taking care of the kids, what's the problem? You should be okay with that. She loves you. I don't fucking ever hear that. Like, literally ever. But I'm always hearing people saying that women should stop being gold diggers and they should date men who make a little amount of money, da-da-da. So, fuck out of here, women, with your desires, with your shallow desires. Okay, y'all are gold digging whores when you have your shallow desires. But when men have them, oh, it's acceptable. It's okay. That's how it is. Fuck out of here.
I just love how, like, he's speaking from his experience. I bet he knows many couples like that.
Yeah, he probably does.
But, like, people don't want to hear that, though.
Why not? They don't want to. What do you mean they don't
want to hear that, bro?
Why not?
And the couples that he's talking about, let's be clear, he's fucking Tyler Perry. So when he's talking about the couples where the woman is making way more money than her man, I'm pretty sure her man is still making a decent amount. He's still making a good amount of money, but he's talking about these rich women that he know who are making fucking millions and millions. So it's okay if her man is making like 6 figures. He's making $100,000 a year or some shit like that. That's very different when you're speaking to everyday people who live the life of that example you gave. That's a much more extreme case when you have people who are making way less and you have a woman who's making, I don't know, $60,000, $70,000 a year and her man is making fucking, I don't even know how much money you gotta make a year to only be paying the light bill. I don't fucking know. But he's making scraps. Those are very different situations. So the situation where you got this rich woman who making millions a year and her dude is making 6 figures or a little under 6 figures, that's way easier to deal with, Tyler Perry. So you talking about people that you know, you in some rich circles. That's very different than talking about fucking Ray Ray on the couch with his crusty toes kicked up and he could only pay $100 a month on a goddamn light bill. Who the fuck want to deal with that? What are you talking about?
I be delusional and upset about
what's delusional?
And to just be honest with themselves about the truth.
I don't think anything he said is that crazy.
Bro, he's
not.
Lo, I know you fucking lying. Nothing he said is crazy about expecting a woman to take care of her man. Let me ask y'all a fucking question. Would y'all be okay if y'all mama was in this situation? Let's say, and I pose this question to all the men out there. Let's say your mom is no longer with your dad, but she's dating a guy who has his fucking crusty feet kicked up on her couch. And she's going to work every day. And she paying the mortgage, she paying all the bills, the food, all that. And he's only paying the light bill. Would you look at their relationship and be like, oh shit, this is inspiring. Oh, this is love, man. I want a relationship like y'all one day. This is dope. Hey, what's up, stepdad? This is cool. Or would you be like, Mom, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you with this bum ass nigga? He's using you. He's taking advantage of you. He's not a real man. Why are you with him? Let's be fucking honest. Would you have this same energy with your daughter, with your fucking sister, if she's with a dude that she's literally taking care of? Would you be like, okay, this is cool, this is inspiring, this is love. Nothing wrong with this. No. I've seen it so many times where men condemn their family members when they're with men who are bums. They're just like, this nigga's a bum. What are you doing? Why are you with this bum? Why are you taking care of him? Why are you paying for everything and he not paying nothing? I've seen that so many times. So if you would not be okay with your mama doing that, your sister, your daughter, don't tell other women to do it. Don't tell other women to be okay with that. That is extreme as fuck. What are y'all talking about? If you want to just talk about dating for love, that's a completely different fucking conversation. But he got very specific with that example. That example specifically said that a woman should be okay with taking care of a man. Because that example that he laid out is literally a woman taking care of a man. That's what he said. Let's talk about that. Let's focus on that. I imagine that's why black women are cooking him, because that's a wild statement. And who the fuck wants to do that? Just like y'all don't want to date a fucking busted ass chick, a two with crooked teeth in a gut. You don't want to date those women. A lot of women don't want to date a broke ass man who can only afford to pay the light bill every month. Let's stop being stupid.
Why is it love? Why is it not?
I don't know why.
What's wrong with that?
I have no idea why that's crazy.
But you know what's funny is that like men have to do that all the time.
Which is
and that's such a goofy thing to say, Agent. Goofy as fuck. Because men and women are different. So what? What is the point in making that statement? We know this. Women could say the same thing. Just like you have a lot of beautiful women who are with very ugly men. They could throw that right back at you. Like, Agent, you could date a two. Date a busted two who's 400 pounds, who loves you. Women do it all the time. So what's the problem? You're going to be like, no. Okay, well, why are you giving this example? We're different. Men and women are different. So you can't apply that same logic to this situation.
The bigger point here.
Y'all are purposely being
honest with y'all,
slow.
I don't know what else. Can we finish real quick? Because I don't know what else he said. But it's so interesting. A, at first when I heard, I thought he was pandering, which I still semi think he is.
How?
But that's the thing.
Men?
But I don't know, because in the beginning he sat there and said that black women in large part are making way more money than black men. That's just not true.
Yeah.
That's literally not true. So,
that used to be the case. I don't know what the current statistics are. I've not looked this up in a very long time, but that used to be the case. So don't act like he's just pulling that out his ass, because he's not. That used to be the truth. Maybe it isn't today, but that came from a place of truth. But since you're disputing that, throw some stats, love. Throw some stats on the screen.
So to try to get it off, he's like putting black women in his financial capacity that just does not exist. That's just not true. But then as he continued, I was like, okay.
I can admit that I had fallen under that, like, okay, I actually may have misunderstood what meet me at my worst meant. I thought meet me at my work was meet me at my network.
But my network, right, no, not your network.
Right.
At least meet me at my network. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you, I was like, and Tyler was like, this, and I've done this, and you're like, wait.
Oh, what? Oh.
That's not ego.
Not only, but that's the point that I'm really drilling into this video. It is amazing to me how we waste a lot of when you said in this video, bro. It is amazing to me how for years and years and years women would complain, and I think rightfully so, how men and the dynamics of the financial status of them in a relationship, and how men would use that and against women, and use that to try to manipulate and maneuver their way around relationships in a bad way because of ego, pride, etc. And as soon as now women are in that same situation, what I think a lot of women don't understand and recognize is that having the responsibility of being the breadwinner and the earner, a top earner in the relationship, isn't just the responsibility of I take care of the bills, I'm providing, yada, yada, yada. There's also a level of emotional responsibility that comes behind it as well, so you don't have a power trip and ego trip that she's referring to. That you can make sure that you can still provide and still make sure that your partner feels secure while in a relationship, because you're not sitting there just using money tactics to manipulate the relationship or try to belittle somebody as well. But we're going to hear responses in a second, and you're going to see what a lot of women have to say about this, bro.
And I'm going to touch your hand when I say this. But put on your wigs and your
Oh, she's talking fast as fuck. Sorry.
heels and come back to me woman to woman, because you are speaking from a viewpoint you have never lived out of, honey bunch, okay? You have all this unresolved trauma with your own father, which is why you struggle to hold black men accountable. You yourself had to cosplay a black woman and pander to white America for 30 fucking years just to become the multimillionaire that you are. What I see right now is a gaslighting page right out of Oprah's book. You're scared because you just got this studio and the writers are on strike, that when we come back from all of this shit...
He's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire.
With the airplane hangar in his house. He's not afraid.
He's a billionaire.
Bro, I don't even think his kids.
Who cares? Let's move on. It's irrelevant to the video.
Crazy is women like this and a bunch of other women we're about to react to. Y'all prove a lot of what these red pill ideology people say. Y'all prove what Kevin Samuel used to say. Y'all prove these people right, even though y'all claim y'all just try to step away from them, but y'all prove them right.
How?
Right now, we're wasting time shaming a man about his opinion on a relationship viewpoint that really isn't all that crazy, instead of actually addressing it.
Black women are no longer going to tune into you because we have healed past the point of accepting this type of bullshit as entertainment. I'm willing to bet your entire net worth that you can't make a movie or a television show without the concept of struggle of somebody gotta be on the brink of divorce, somebody mama gotta have cancer, somebody has to have a wicked baby mama from fucking hell. What I heard was black women should take care of black men and stop expecting black men to be able to take care of them, which makes perfect sense coming from you because you created Medea to sustain Tyler, did you not? But it made it better had you turned around and said, black men, you need to learn how to submit to black women, because I'm not gonna be the provider and he gets to be the motherfucking lead. He's not leading me into debt. I make enough money for me. But now you telling me I gotta feed 2 mouths? If I could afford it without you, I should be able to afford it 2 times over when I get with you. You would think after painting the black community in such a negative light for the last 30 years, you yourself would know that black men are the most insufferable people on the planet when they don't have any fucking funds. If black women wanted to say...
Oh, she cooking with that last statement. I'm going to talk about this at the end of the goddamn video. That last statement? Oh... But she's also making interesting points. I think it's wild that Tyler Perry has made these trash-ass movies for so many years, basically pushing this ideology that, oh, women should, you know, basically escape these broke bum niggas with these lace front braid wigs that he be having in his goddamn movies, you know, and they can go and live happily ever after with these men of, the, you know, who are CEOs of these companies and make all this money. That's what a lot of his movies basically point at. So it's really interesting that he's now condemning this same ideology, but it's like, but that's kind of what you pushed in your movies. I'm very, very confused. This strong, independent woman who gets away from the broke man and she finds this rich man and they live happily ever after or some shit. I don't know. I ain't watched a Tyler Perry movie in a long time, but I'm pretty sure that's been the case for some of his movies. So it's wild that he's now saying something that kind of contradicts that. I think that's interesting.
Settle for something less than what we're deserving of. We would simply audition for one of the roles that you're casting for.
I don't have words for it.
I have nothing to say.
I got a lot of thoughts and they're all intertwined.
Yeah, they're just there.
But the main thought is
she's dumb. Dumb as fuck.
What's dumb? Point out specifically what she said that's so dumb.
To tell you, bro. I have no idea what to tell you. First, let's also be clear. Bro, the example that Tyler Perry is giving only is applicable to like 5% of women. There's not enough black women that's making so much money that they...
I don't like also when they be throwing out these random statistics, and I don't like when they randomly be like, oh no, this stat that they gave isn't true, when y'all are not providing any evidence of this. That's such a random percentage, 2 to 5%. Where are you getting this from? If you gonna make some claim like that, like, please, back it up with something. They come across a bit pretentious at times. I don't like that. But go ahead.
Genuinely take care of everything on their own comfortably. That those women just don't exist. And for the women out there who want to hear this, be like, "Oh, I pay for my apartment." We're talking relationships where you actually get a house, pay a mortgage. You gotta actually pay insurance. You gotta do all that shit. Not the little fucking 2-bedroom house that you got on the south side of Atlanta where you barely paying rent for. I'm not talking about that bullshit. I'm talking about actually building to something sustainable. Most of y'all don't actually make enough money to do that anyway. Most men don't either. Most people do not make enough money where one income can take care of an entire household, right? So let's be clear. He ain't talking about black women. He's talking about like literally like 2 to 5%. How you wasted mad time shaming this man about things that had nothing to do with what we're talking about. It seemed as if like you were the one who needed healing. It seemed like you were the one who still needed some time to grow from it because you were talking about things that had nothing to do with it.
Hello, this is grand.
Damn, do you know that you could just live your life regardless of what Tyler Perry says?
That too. If it doesn't.
I mean, that's facts, but I think it's so interesting how, she's giving her take on what he had to say. But now it's, why are you attacking him personally? And you don't even have to worry about what he's saying. Live your life according to how you want to live it. Oh, wait, this don't even apply to a lot of y'all. It's like, now that she's coming with her points, it sounds like y'all are doing a lot of deflecting. Y'all are deflecting from the specific points that she made. She talked about black women taking care of black men. That is what people have a problem with. That is what they're arguing against. That's what they don't like, that they're hearing. And y'all are talking about this other shit. Y'all are deflecting.
Apply to you, then who cares?
If you feel like
now it's who cares? Why are you even talking about it? Why are y'all talking about it? That's what people do on social media. They give their opinions on shit. That's what we're all doing here. But now it's, what are you even doing? Why do you even care? Why are you even talking about it? Just like y'all talking about it, she's talking about it. Where's the relevance here? What are you talking about?
Making a lot of bread, then find him. That's okay. But I'm telling you, from at least my POV, it's actually kind of hard to find genuine people. So if you ask me what I
agree with that.
It wouldn't be nothing artificial or financial, bro. Because that part, I'm good, bro. It would be somebody that actually gives a fuck about me. And so invert the roles real quick. Let's say I'm a woman making a lot of money. I'm way less.
I want to say something so bad about love. But I'm not going to attack this man personally because I don't know this nigga. So I'm not going to say it. But so interesting because
money, then the fact that he loves me and actually cares about me and is like, bro, those are way more important traits. I feel like people in America value, and it's gonna be maybe like people might not like this thing. People in America value money a lot.
I mean, they do.
Other places in the world, which is a little ironic.
Just how people value looks a lot. America is also very shallow. Big cities like LA, New York, Atlanta. Same shit. Let's talk about that as well.
Considering it's the richest country in the world.
I mean, it's raised in a capitalistic society. So
yeah, but like people don't like even the way she's talking is like I used to think my worth was my net worth. Like most places in the world they don't think these things. Yeah. Their value is like in how much they show love to their parents and to their family and shit like that, to their community, to the church, or their masjid. Like, all these things are way more valuable. So it's just, but you might just have to reprogram the way your brain works. Someone's opinion about a relationship shouldn't make you so upset when it's benign. He just said prioritize genuine love.
That's all. That's literally
you were.
That's the message that he sent out.
How does that make any sense?
Y'all are being intellectually dishonest. You're being very dishonest now. Come on. That is not all the fuck he said. That is not what they're focused on. That's not even the point that she focused on. What?
He's really speaking anecdotally. Like, I think statistically, it's going to be kind of hard to prove that black women make more money than black men. But anecdotally, he probably knows a lot of rich black women that are supporting their man. That are in pursuit of something genuine rather than just more money.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
When they say this, I can tell that y'all actually don't live these lives. Because anybody who makes a substantial amount of money, having somebody else who also makes a substantial amount of money, in theory, sounds great. But in practice, it's not logistics. Just the logistics just don't exist. There's just no way that you're out making all the money. That person
Who
also
said
out
that,
making all
Lo?
the
What are
money
you
as
talking
well.
about?
There's just no time where y'all are actually spending time, quality time with one another. This is why I call it the BET moment, bro. Where the guy goes out, he's making millions of dollars. He comes home, yeah, for whatever reason, he still has all the energy in the world to be in the kitchen cooking with you, man. Out there sitting there having a good time, listening to slow jams. He got done closing down $1 million deal, but yeah, he still come home. He's cooking and clicking it now. And he's sitting there rubbing you. Y'all sitting there laying up, drinking wine, having a great time, sex for 2-3 hours, you know, passionate love sex. And then for whatever reason, he still has the energy to wake up the next morning at 7 a.m. to then go back to his 9-to-5 where he makes millions of dollars. That lifestyle does not exist. And y'all thinking that it exists is insanity.
We are not about to have struggle love, be glorified. I don't care if a man is a good man. That doesn't mean that he's the right man for you. Maybe I, as a woman, don't want to be the primary breadwinner. Is that okay? Am I allowed to say that I want a provider? It's funny to me how women are always expected to settle and meet a man where he is and just look at a man's heart. But they look at your face. They look at your body.
What the fuck did I just say?
I posted a video about this guy that was like, oh man, she's perfect when you're loved the right way by the wrong woman. She just doesn't look the way I want her to look. Oh man. Another man said, I think she's a cool woman. I just don't like her face. So they can look at your face and body, but you can look at their heart? No, look at that wallet too, sir. I don't want to be the primary breadwinner. I don't want to be the one who is in charge of all the bills. You could be a nice guy, but you may not be the nice guy for me. A teenager could pay a light bill. Like, a teenager with a little part-time job at McDonald's can pay their own phone bill. No,
what the
as a
fuck?
grown man, I'm expecting more. And I don't care if it is Tyler Perry. I said what I said.
Period.
A grown man should be able to take care of himself. I'm not his mommy, I'm his mate. So if that's all he can do, let him find somebody else who's willing to do it. Pick somebody else.
Get somebody else to do
But
it.
the whole bus driver thing all over again. Why can't you get with a bus driver? Maybe because I don't want to.
You get with a 2 who 400 pounds.
Is that all right? Maybe because I don't want to. This man who also thinks he's too good, no BBLs, no weaves, no eyelashes, no makeup. They got a list as long as their doggone arm about what they don't want. But as soon as a woman says she wants a provider, man, what's going on? And he can only pay a light bill, but he's a good guy. Let somebody else be with that good guy who can only pay the light bill. And let me also say this. If all he has is light bill money, he's not working hard enough.
Exactly what?
Those are all things that men have had to accept for years.
Again, that's, I already said it.
I just want, again, it's so funny how now women understand the dynamics. You now understand the dynamics, right? You now understand that men have been going through that same mentality for the past 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. That I have to have that mentality because my woman does not make enough money to provide. So men have had to live with that stress for decades, for generations. Welcome to the fucking club. Welcome to it.
That's so goofy.
That's cool too. Like, you don't have to.
Well, you're saying I agree with you. They have to. He just presented a scenario to where that's what needs to be done. And also, let's be clear. There's a difference between accepting someone for where they may be at financially versus accepting a woman where you don't have to get it. He's basically saying you don't have to spend extra money to get a BBL because I'm more than likely already like you to where you're at right now. You don't have to spend all that money.
What?
To,
I don't hear
bunch
the
of
chart.
makeup on and because I like you to where you are right now.
But you know what's funny is she's making up a scenario that he didn't even say.
He didn't know.
But he's talking about.
He said a light bill. He can only afford to pay the light bill. How is that's literally what she touched on. How is she making up a scenario? What are you talking about?
Genuine love for you. And she made it about, well, most niggas, like, if you don't even look the right way, your eyelashes too long, they're willing to dump you.
Because that is the reverse. Hello? Is anybody home? That's the reverse. That's why she's saying that. That's what men value. We're giving an example of what men value versus what women value. She's giving the reverse. What is so difficult to understand about that? I feel like they playing stupid.
He didn't say anything about artificial. Like he's literally talking about love, bro. And you made, bro. It's so funny how like she wanted to get her take off at the end of the day, and she kind of just so Tyler Perry mad about it.
Oh,
bro, I get what you want though. I
get what she's saying. And guess what? If it didn't work for you, then it didn't work for you. But it's the simple fact that you are completely against that type of structure in a relationship that blows my mind.
Why would it blow your mind that a woman does not want to take care of a man? Am I in the fucking Twilight Zone? Why is that mind blowing? Just like it's not mind blowing to me that a man does not want to date a two who's 500 pounds. That's the extreme on both ends. A woman does not want to deal with a man that she has to completely take care of, and he can only pay the light bill. Just like a man does not want to be with a two who has a fucking gut. That's not surprising. What are we talking about?
Again, if you're going to be progressive thinking, progressive leaning, you should be open to a lot of different other concepts, especially if you are a high earner. You earn enough money to where you can take care of a lot of things on your own. You should be more receptive to potentially an outcome to where you do have to pay for everything.
So
pay for everything? A woman?
Remarkably simple. It don't mean they're easy, but they're simple, bro. You just have to find someone that compliments you. That's it, bro. You know who you are, or you should at least find someone that compliments that.
And if you make 70, 80,000, and you gotta meet a nigga that makes 70, 80, 90,000, as a nigga who makes more than that, I'm not sitting on the first date trying to figure out how much money you make. I don't give a fuck. And if you want me to value that of you, more than likely I'm not going to. my value, what I see in a woman is not going to be how much money she makes. But
we know what you seek. We know what you're seeking.
I know that's what you want me to do, but I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not doing that. Yo, let us know y'all thoughts in the comments.
This was so fucking goofy. I really feel like they were purposely being ignorant, because ain't no way you sitting there with a straight face saying that women should be okay with completely taking care of the men in their lives. Are you serious? Like I said, if you're not going to give this same advice to your mother, to your sisters, to your cousins, to your daughter, I don't want to fucking hear it come out of your mouth. Because a lot of men would not condone that behavior. They would tell the women who are in their lives, hey, what are you doing? Why are you with this bum? You could do better. You're taking care of him. Why would you do that? But you're going to say that women should be okay with doing that? Oh, y'all other bitches, though, y'all should take care of men, but you're not the woman in my life. Fuck out of here. And this is coming from a woman who has always had the sentiment that, oh, love over everything. Love is the priority. I don't care if a man is broke. I've dated a few broke men. Very broke men. It's always been like, hey, as long as you don't ask me for money, we good. Don't ask me for shit, and we good to go. As long as you love me, we solid. They have been some of my biggest fucking haters ever. And obviously I'm not saying this is the case for everybody, but I'm just giving you an example. And I don't recommend it. 0 out of 10, I don't fucking recommend it. I remember I got my Porsche. My boyfriend at the time was the only hater in my life with something negative to say. Everybody else was like, oh my God, this car is dope as fuck. Oh, this is cool. Look at you moving up in life. I'm proud of you. This is dope. Give me all these congratulations. Complimenting my car. This nigga was like, why would you get this car? You should have got this other car instead. You didn't want to get this. I don't like this about it. I'm like, nigga, you driving an old ass Benz and you hating on my car? What? Like, so I don't recommend it. I don't recommend women dating broke men who are down bad broke. And this is a dude I was dating. He was kind of down bad broke. But I'm like, hey, as long as you love me, I don't care about nothing else. I wouldn't do that again. I would not date a man who is that broke to yet he could only afford to pay the fucking light bill. I don't recommend it at all. And it's interesting because I feel like we're constantly having these fucking gender wars and these gender conversations. Like, they get so fucking tired. Who cares about all this anyway? Let's talk about finding people who are mentally stable, because that's what matters. I've dated a lot of broke niggas who were terrible and haters, and I've also dated men who had a lot of money and they were horrible as well. I dated this one dude. This was the dude who had the most money ever, the richest guy I've ever dated. I went to Colombia last year. This nigga paid for everything. He paid for my flight, first class. He paid for our Airbnb. He paid for all the food there. He paid for everything. When I tell you this nigga was such a dickhead to me, he was so rude to me. And he had an attitude about paying for everything. Nigga, I didn't ask for this goddamn trip. You wanted to take me on this trip. You wanted to try to flex your money for me or whatever the fuck you thought you was doing. You know what? This is not about me. Because I can go on and on. But the point is, There are shitty people who are broke and there are shitty people who have a lot of money. So fuck these tired ass conversations. They're getting old and I'm over it, okay? It's not about what this person can do for you or what they can't do for you. Let's talk about identifying people who are not mentally stable, because those are the people who you want to stay away from, all right? That's what matters. Tired of these conversations. They're so tired at this point. But overall, like I said, people are quick to try to humble women and tell women that they shouldn't have any desires, they can't have any preferences. But when it comes to men, it's okay. It's okay for you to have all the preferences in the world and you could feed into your shallow desires. Everything is fine. But women, you evil whores, how dare you? That's also corny and goofy as fuck. I'm over it. Anyway, let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what other videos you want to watch and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.